Miss Andrea Shaw, how are you?
I'm well. And yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you for
Good,
coming on the
good.
show.
Thanks for having me. So
Yeah.
excited to be on.
Yeah, thank you. Um, Before we started recording, I was looking at that thing you got behind you there, that thing that says Olympia on
It is with beauty, isn't it?
it. Yeah. Wow,
I
that's
have to have
awesome.
it before my eyes so I can keep
hmm
my focus on, the next task at hand.
hmm hmm Just so that everybody that doesn't know, you are the reigning Miss Olympia champion.
Yes.
Yeah, the bodybuilding class. Well, there is nothing else, right?
Not for Miss Olympia.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So how's it feel being Miss Olympia?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's all I thought it would be plus some. Plus some. I still look at it and I'm like, this really happened.
hmm
It's an honor. It's an honor, and
hmm
I still wonder why I didn't do it sooner. But I think timing is everything.
hmm
To have both titles of world champion and the Miss Olympia, just
hmm
I can never duplicate the timing. So, that helps me to kind of settle down of my journey and wishing I would have started female bodybuilding a little sooner.
How busy has your schedule gotten since you won that?
Ooh. Yeah, I
It's
mean,
probably gotten crazy, huh?
oh.
Yeah, I can only
But I always
imagine.
tell myself, it's an I get to, it's not a I have to, and you just never know who else may be inspired just because you decided to show up. So,
hmm
I keep that in mind, and I take the advice of my mentors, Alina and Linda, and they said, usually at about 3 months out, that's roughly about the time you want to start, closing your schedule off and really dialing in,
hmm
the things you need to stay focused on to make, a good prep.
Yeah. Speaking of
Yep, and
which,
we are at that point.
there's a commercial behind you with bread and some kind of sandwich. It's driving me crazy.
Oh, I know, right? Don't, my secret. I watch Food Network all the time while I'm in
I
prep.
do too.
Like, all the time.
I do too. While I'm eating fish and rice, I'm watching them cook something.
It works. I
It
would have
does.
never thought. It really works. And
It
it's
does.
addictive.
Mhm. It does. So let's start with when you started training and competing. I read a little bit of some stuff on you about your early life. You grew up in Michigan, is that
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Okay.
I actually grew up in Detroit.
In Detroit. Okay. You know Ron Love?
Oh, absolutely. I
Okay.
see him almost at least once or twice a week.
Oh my God, yes.
The legend.
Until you said Detroit, I'm like, I didn't even think about Ron because I had
Oh,
him
yeah.
on my show a few weeks ago. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, because we're both police officers. He's a retired police officer. I'm a full-time police officer. That's how we hit it off.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
I
love
mean,
Ron,
Ron
man. He's a
is
great guy.
he amazing guy. And even
Yeah.
as an amateur, he was always in my ear. Just giving me the little tidbits about, you gotta bleed.
Uh-huh. He is the
But
only
those are
one.
moments I'll never forget.
He is the only one I've had on my show that'll text me at least like once a week just to see how I'm doing. Hey, Big Jason, how you doing, man? So stay
Oh,
safe and all that. Yeah, I had a really good time with him, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna have him on again here soon.
yeah, just a very genuine guy and
hmm
absolutely loves bodybuilding.
hmm Yeah,
100%.
he sure does. Um, so, anyways, you started at the obviously the powerhouse gym where he trains at, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I actually got to that powerhouse by way of my coach, John Simmons.
hmm
Yeah,
Okay.
and the backstory ended up being so cool. They showed me more pictures of Linda on the wall because I used to work out at a powerhouse that was a little bit further northeast of there,
hmm
where there was this huge mural of Linda on the wall. But knowing that she actually, started out at that gym, and once you walk through the doors, I tell everybody
hmm
it's an experience. And to
Yeah.
see the notables, the pros that are there,
hmm
it's pretty awesome to get the history of that place.
Yeah, I can't wait. He's invited me to come up there, and everybody tells me it's a great gym. I can't wait to go.
Oh, You got to
Yeah.
see it to believe it. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been a member there for 4 years and I haven't gotten on every piece of equipment yet.
Mhm. That's amazing.
It's that fast.
Yeah. That's like Disney World for us.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Yeah. So it says your mom was a big influence on you, huh? She kind of got you going on working out. She was a personal
Yeah.
trainer. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
mom, when I got back from Kansas, I spent some time there with my dad.
Hmm.
I came back and my mom had this whole life that was very new to me. She's a nurse by profession, but she had, clients that she was taking on at the gym. And it was,
Hmm.
kind of like, wow, all right. There's nothing for me to do except kind of tinker around with the equipment. And I did, I got to really learn and feel, how certain machines and equipments, how they operated, the functions. And it almost in like a bit of a kind of like maybe a bit of a spin of destiny.
Hmm.
It came very easy to me, even though I was pretty young. I mean, I first got introduced to the gym with my mom, and I was 13. So I would go, and then I wouldn't go, and then I would go, and then I wouldn't go. But every time I was there, I was definitely very easily self-taught, so to speak,
Hmm.
on how to use the equipment.
Is your mom in here? I don't know if there's a picture of her in here or not.
I
If you have
don't
one
think
together or not.
so. I
Okay.
don't think so. I could post one though. She's a very young looking gal.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Well, yeah,
But we
awesome
still
stage
go to the
shots.
gym
Yeah.
together to this day. So that's really cool. We
Hmm.
get to continue the bond that we started years ago of being in the gym and making our health a priority.
Yeah. Now she's still so she's a nurse. She's still a nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm
Yeah.
assuming she works there in Detroit, huh?
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
actually been working online mostly. But
Hmm.
yeah, she actually just left a pretty prominent hospital in Detroit, right in the city. For oh my gosh, she had
Yeah.
been there
She sees some
since
crazy stuff.
'87. Oh yeah,
Wow.
as you have too, I'm
Oh
sure.
yeah. Yeah. And growing up, my mom was a nurse. She worked in an emergency room, and I guess as a child, we didn't get to do much because all the stuff they saw. They're like, "Nope, you ain't going out. You ain't going out. You're staying
Absolutely
home."
right, and
Hmm.
I understand why.
Yes. Yes. Kept
And
me out of
after what you've
trouble.
seen, I'm sure you know why too. I
Oh
mean, I didn't
yes.
understand it then, but I mean, and I've
Yeah.
spent some time working for two major hospital systems here. One in which I was like right in the hospital working with
Hmm.
ICU, PT, and I saw a lot. I
Hmm.
definitely saw a lot, and it definitely became real as to why my mom kind of tightened the reins a little bit with
Hmm.
my teenage years of making sure that I didn't get caught up into with the wrong crowds and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It said that you wanted to be a fashion model was what you wanted to be at first, huh? Yeah.
Go figure, right?
Yeah.
With these big quads. Yeah, I really thought that high fashion had a certain vibe that I was
Hmm.
drawn to, but I definitely was not the fit for that at all. But I went to modeling school for a little while.
Hmm.
It was probably about 4 months
Hmm.
where they taught you how to walk and they taught you how to kind of angle and pose. And then I did a couple of things locally with a local magazine. And then
Hmm.
after that, I said, okay, you know what? I don't think that this is going to work. I'm too athletic. I'm definitely not ever going to be a skinny girl.
Hmm.
So then I came
Hmm.
across Oxygen magazine,
Hmm.
and Oxygen was one of my favorites. Robert Kennedy always had many notables on the cover. So Tangi Johnson and Monica Brantz, and
Hmm.
I mean, those were just the ladies that I would see on the covers, and I would go through and look at the workouts that were in there that we could tear out and take to the gym.
Hmm.
So roughly about this time, I'm about maybe 18, 19. So I'm taking these like tear outs to the gym, right? I mean, I'm used to the gym now, but now I'm kind of on my own. My mom had gotten back into school. She was going to get her master's, and she was nowhere near into the gym as much as she used to be. So I had to figure it out. And I said, all right, well, I know the equipment. All I got to do is get there, and I made that my goal. Just get there. Get there. You got a plan. Don't go in, blind. And then I started to just see little change, but other people in the gym started to kind of say, hey, you know what, you should probably angle for lifting a little bit heavier. You'll see your body change a little bit more.
Mhm.
And then I came across my undergrad program at a local university, Wayne State,
Mhm.
where they had exercise science. And then I said, you know what, I think this may be worth me studying on the next level.
Mhm.
So I did. I took it to heart, and I decided,
Mhm.
just jump in and let's just see where the journey takes me. And I started working out with John, with my other workout partner. They're both Marines.
Mhm.
People who are into competing, people who are really into the gym.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's when my journey started. I started to see my body change.
Mhm.
And I said, okay, I may have something, that I can actually work with here. And Bob Kennedy said, well, we get our girls based on who's competing. I
Mhm.
said, all right, well, let's go for it. Let's
Mhm.
just see what happens. And so, yeah, I did my first show in 30 days. I had a 30-day prep.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. Jeez.
In hindsight, I shouldn't have done that, but I had somebody that, had told me that I couldn't do it. So of course I had to do it.
Yeah, that's the best fuel right there. Yeah.
Oh man. And I mean,
Yeah.
she and I are still friends to this
Mhm.
day, but it was like, yeah, told you so. So, I'm never usually too quick about to say, what someone can or can't do.
Mhm.
It's all about what's between the ears.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, but I was glad that, I did it. I jumped out, and I actually started to get, a bit of a task list going for, what I wanted to improve upon.
Mm.
And I do that now for every show. I get a
Mhm.
task list going of
Mhm.
different things that I want to change, different things I want to research, and
Mhm.
how I want to get better for the next time.
Mhm.
But yeah, figure was not my place.
Mhm. Yeah, I was going to ask you that. You started with figure, then you went with women's physique, which is another
Yeah,
step up, and then now obviously bodybuilding. Did
yeah,
you find that putting on muscle was pretty easy for you?
extremely easy,
Yeah.
extremely easy. And honestly, even still to this point, I've realized that I naturally just have a very muscular build,
Mhm.
and I didn't anticipate I would grow
Mhm.
just from December until now. But it's definitely apparent that I have
Mhm.
grown.
Mhm.
My
Mhm.
weight, when I got ready to leave for the Olympia, I was at 169. And that was a pretty lean weight. But my off-season weight was roughly, I would say probably somewhere between like 187, 190.
Mhm.
And I've been clocking pretty consistently right at about 200 pounds since
Mhm.
December. So it's definitely apparent, and I can't fit many clothes. So I've taken down bathrobes, coats,
Mhm.
just bursting the sleeves wide open. So it's definitely apparent that I've grown a bit.
Yeah. No. Now there's not weight classes in women bodybuilding, is there?
No, no,
No, I didn't think there was. Yeah.
no. Every
And
woman for herself.
that's right. That's right. I'm just pulling up your Olympia shots here. This is the last Olympia, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah,
Like
one of
amazing.
my favorites. Yeah, and we
Yeah.
had a pretty great transformation within the 10 days from the Rising Phoenix to the Olympia, which definitely kind of opened my eyes to, my body definitely was being held back when it came to making that transition from women's physique into women's bodybuilding. Uh,
How much did you feel? Do you feel like your food had to increase going from figure to bodybuilding?
a lot,
A lot,
a
huh?
lot. I would say, I mean, I went from eating probably 4 meals a day to a good solid six.
Oh wow. So
Yeah.
you're right there with us.
Yeah. I mean, and it was almost, it seems like it was almost overnight. My lats started growing, my biceps started growing, my legs started growing, all in just a very short amount of time. And that became like I was really not doing myself a whole lot of justice, holding myself back. I mean, in hindsight, of course.
Mhm.
I should have gone into women's bodybuilding a lot sooner. But
Mhm.
again, timing is everything.
Do
So
do you feel like are you a heavy lifter? Are you more volume, or how do you train?
I'm a delicate blend of both.
Okay.
So I try to strategize, John and I, when I'm in my off season, we'll have certain days that are heavy days.
Mhm.
And then we'll have the other days and we'll alternate because my goal is always to train each body part twice a week. So when people look at, having off days, I mean, if I need to take one, I will, but my strategy usually is to increase volume that way. That's one way. And then,
Mhm.
yes, with reps. So reps and sets, 6 to 8, uh, sets and then keeping the reps as high as I can get them. The goal in my mind is always 20, with the exception of leg work. The legs are really, adaptable to doing really, really heavy reps. So for instance, leg press, my goal is to get somewhere between 30 to 50 reps, depending on which leg press we're doing. So, I know that's a lot of reps, but, again, my body seems to really respond well to it when I can have those extra calories for that push. And then the closer we get to being into phase 1 and 2 of prep, we start to bring the weight down a bit, 20%, 30%, but the reps still remain really, really high. And, as long as I feel like, my joints are still in a good place, the food is still good, the sleep is good, then we push as much as we can.
Yeah. And those of us that compete, that as you drop in your cars and your weight's dropping too, I'm talking about the weight you're pushing, it still feels the same weight because, your energy level's gone. It's crazy.
It's like during the drop set, I'm like, did you take anything off?
Yeah.
That's like, man, okay. And, you just have to really dial in at that point to just get it done. I think at a certain point in prep, you just want to, let's just get this work done and let's get on so I can get back to sleep or so I can get to the next meal.
What's the most you've ever squatted?
315.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Do you do much? Do you do much free weight squats?
I don't. John actually told me that, he didn't want to, because my legs do develop very quickly. He said, I didn't want to add too much size onto your legs because, we want to keep the symmetry a huge focus for the stage. So he had me do barbell squats at 180 for roughly about 2 months. So from December to February. And then we started to move back into, dumb goblet squats, leg press. Yeah, things like that. Even the leg press, he hasn't had me going extremely heavy, but he definitely keeps the reps and the supersets. The supersets are really, like once we get done supersetting, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go home, coach.
Now, are you still with the Wings of Strength? You still with them? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's where I met Susanna Jacobs. So.
Okay. Yeah. Great competitor. I competed with her at my very first female bodybuilding event. First time meeting her, it felt like, I met a long lost friend. And that's the one thing, if I could say, from a personal standpoint, I really felt much more welcomed amongst the female bodybuilders than I did. Nothing against the women physique girls, but I wasn't in it long enough as a pro to probably get a feel for them. But my first time at the Toronto Pro, many of the girls were, I was the new kid on the block, nobody knew me. But first time with female bodybuilding, all the ladies, every single last one of them, just very, very welcoming.
Yeah. Yeah. And she was the same way when she talked about putting muscle on and stuff like that. She's like, yeah, I put it on pretty easy. It was like it was nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how we know, like, this is where we're supposed to be for sure.
Yeah.
Now we can just find clothes that fit.
Oh, I know. Listen, I'm 6'4", and I'm 285 right now. I don't even wear jeans right now. So
yeah, what are those?
Yeah.
I let other people wear them.
Yeah, but I had Susanna. I told her because she was trying to figure out what to do, and I think she got her degree in marketing, or she was finishing it. Yeah, and I said you need to start your own supplement company because there's no females that have supplement companies right now. As far as the face, you know what I'm saying?
Indeed. Yeah. I hope she takes your advice.
I hope so.
When it comes to, the business side of things, that's because I talked to her and saw her compete at the Norfolk Pro in Virginia that same year. She told me, she was going to hang it up for a little while because she really needed to finish that commitment. But yeah, I feel like, the connections that we can make in bodybuilding, especially when I look at people like Linda Murray, Alina, those girls have literally maintained friendships over decades. Hele, Irene, Margie. They literally have found a way to really dial in the connections and use them beneficially, even though, obviously some of them are still competing, but some of them are not. And they still very much are involved with a lot of people who have had something to do somewhere along the way with bodybuilding. So that's pretty cool to see.
Yeah. And you got your pro card in 2018?
Yeah.
So, wow, you got your pro card in 18. 2 years later, you win the Olympia. That's amazing.
Timing, right?
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah. They said nobody else has done it quite like that since Linda. Linda's like the only person that went directly from a national show right to winning on Olympia, which is really cool. It's really cool. I didn't think that, I knew I was going to be at an Olympia at some point, but I always thought it was women's physique. So, you know, that's what I was gunning for. But yeah, I mean, it's been an amazing journey, like to be at the pinnacle.
Yeah.
Now from what I'm hearing, it's just, you know, making sure that we do what we can to keep it.
I was going to ask you about that. How long was bodybuilding gone from the Olympia?
6 years.
6 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I remember watching Iris, what was it? Generation Iron. I think it was the first or the second one where she was trying to bring it back. Yeah.
Yeah. With the old management, the AMI company, from my understanding, you know, they just definitely had no interest in the sport, let alone the athletes.
Yeah.
It was all just money. And don't get me wrong, again, that's what I mean. Bodybuilding is definitely still a business, but you know, there still has to be the appreciation of the art form that each athlete brings to the stage, that I think makes a huge difference. And I could see that with Wings of Strength. They definitely went to to me, a superior level with offering a certain type of experience. Even as a competitor, the experience was amazing. The stage bigger than it's ever been in the show's history. You know, the ability to have my mom, who didn't want to come, you know, live stream. I mean, that was very, and the venue was just a blast. I'm so happy that they're taking it back. It was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, and I kind of hope, I don't know what the Vegas venue would be like. I'm sure that they would want to do it on a grand fashion again, but I would have no complaints if they wanted to keep it in Orlando.
Oh, me either. It's in my backyard. So yeah, it won't bother me at all. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Great gyms around, great food. I mean, all kinds of stuff for things to do. And I'm not a gambler, so I don't know what to do in Vegas other than eat.
No, yeah, I'm the same way. I've been to the last few Olympias there, and I don't gamble either. So
yeah, and you know, after a competition, your mind thinks you can eat all that food, but you can't.
No,
there's no way.
No.
Even though I try, there's no way. There's no way I can eat all that food.
No, your eyes are bigger than your stomach. They literally are bigger than your stomach. Right. Yeah. So what about well, I mentioned Iris. Now she couldn't make it to last year's Olympia. I guess she got sick or something like that. Do you think she's gonna be back this year?
I'm not for certain. So from what I've heard her speak about, she's had kind of an ongoing roller coaster with some health issues. She mentioned in a interview with Muscular Development that she was tested, and there's something that had been going on with her pancreas. And, you know, she definitely has not been a stranger to that happening. So it sounds like, you know, if she can come back, I think she will. But, you know, she's definitely decided to take a step back, which I totally give her kudos on, to focus on her health and making sure she stays in a good, healthy place. Because I saw her in the elevator the night we had check-ins, and I asked her if she was feeling okay, because she just didn't look well. And she said, you know, she was feeling under the weather. And I said, okay, well, you know, do what you got to do to make sure you're good, because, you know, you haven't been in a prep in a long time. You haven't put your body through this in a long time. And so, you know, I kind of left her with that. And then the next day is when I found out. But, you know, certainly I think that it would be huge fanfare, adds to the hype if she comes back. You know, but I also think that we are going to have some ladies that, you know, definitely are gonna turn some heads this year. Mela Ash came in fourth. Great physique, really, really pretty. Her symmetry is spot on. And I think that her, Asha Hadley, they had very, very good packages that they brought to the stage. I think Irene Anderson is also going to really improve over the course of the off season. So, you know, I'm excited to see the ladies this year, but I think that the world should keep an eye open for, you know, some ladies who maybe weren't on the radar as much last year that may make some good headway this year.
Yeah, they'll surprise you just like the guys.
Yeah,
You never
and
know.
just like
Yeah.
I did,
Mhm.
so last year they say that we didn't see you
Yeah.
coming.
No, and I was going to ask you that, and I know this is a hard question to answer, but do you think that walking into the Olympia last year, did you feel like not? I mean, thinking that Iris was going to compete, did you think that you could take her?
Yeah,
Yeah, you felt confident.
I did. I
Yeah.
did. I mean, and I kind of had a feel that number one, based on the Rising Phoenix show that was a few days earlier,
Hmm.
um, the message in my mind was that they were looking for to take it in a different direction. I didn't know what Iris was going to bring to the stage, and honestly, I just really didn't care. I felt
Hmm.
like my coach and I, well, coaches
Hmm.
and I had done enough work to really warrant me, the win.
Hmm.
There's something to be said about when you did every single thing that you knew you were supposed to do, and your confidence, right? It just
Hmm.
emerges
Hmm.
without a whole lot of effort. So, my
Hmm.
opposing coach, Sydney, and I worked very diligently. She
Hmm.
is, I mean, as a 5-time, I'm going to speak it 5-time because I really do think she's going to take it. Miss Olympia for figure, she has a certain eye for the detail. And I think that really began to come through as, I continued to work with her.
Hmm.
And then John has a great eye for being able to, again, pay attention to the detail, making sure that, every aspect of my physique was balanced and
Hmm.
that we brought enough clarity to the stage that, would get me that win.
Hmm. And who's creeping up on your back door that you're worried about, or is there anybody?
Nah,
No.
not worried about anybody.
Okay.
No, I mean, again, I'm kind of focused in on my task list.
Hmm.
Um, I keep in touch with the ladies. I speak with Mela
I know you guys are pretty
frequently.
close. It's all good
Yeah,
competition.
yeah. So it's good. I check in on them. To see how things are going. I know LaDon and I text. She's from Michigan, so we text quite often.
Hmm.
I think it's just a matter of we're happy to see it back. We're
Yeah.
happy to see it back, and I try to tell the girls, it's important that we all show up.
Hmm.
It's very important that we all show up. Let's make sure that we look at this as the opportunity that it is. It's an opportunity of a lifetime.
Hmm.
Because it's been gone for so long.
Yeah.
It's so important that we all show up. So, focus on you, focus on what it is that you need to do to be better.
Hmm.
And then just shine when the time comes, because it's coming fast.
Yeah.
So, we don't have in my mind a whole lot of time to really, be too concerned about anything else.
Hmm.
We got to make sure we're ready.
Yeah. Now we gotta get y'all paid like the men are getting paid, huh?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I
Let me tell
know.
you, Big Rami, if I could get 400 stacks.
That'd be nice.
Oh man. Whew.
Yeah.
Oh,
That TV behind you would be twice as big, huh?
man, we just have the movie screen maybe.
Oh
Oh
man.
yeah. I mean, now that would
Yeah.
be, and I'm very hopeful that they
Uh-huh.
will increase the prize money, because I do think that it does in a bit of a way pay homage to, the people who paved the way, right?
Hmm.
The Mr. Olympia and the Miss Olympia were the
Hmm.
first.
Hmm.
So, I definitely think that Wings of Strength will do their very best effort to make sure that, we see about increasing that this year. At least that's my hope.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, are they? Do you do much guest posing? Do you guys get called on a lot for guest posing and stuff?
It seems like it's picking up.
Yeah.
So this is where, again, encouraging the girls, we got to show up. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
We got to
Hmm.
make sure that we show up ready to compete, because, people are going to be much more likely to say, hey, you know what? Either you live in my area. I did John's guest posing this
Hmm.
year at his
Hmm.
show.
Hmm.
And then another friend of ours who's also a local judge. If you're local, you're going to be called on first. So, I mean, set
Yeah.
yourself up for an opportunity to be able to showcase your skills, to network. If you've got,
Hmm.
items, whether they're apparel, supplements to sell as a part of your business, you know what I mean? That's a smart move to make.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think it's picking up. I've had 2 guest postings already. I have a third one coming up next month at Linda Murray's show in Virginia.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. My
Hmm.
first one outside of the States.
Hmm.
So yeah, all these opportunities, I think that as we continue to really solidify ourselves again by being back, at the Miss Olympia, we'll see a lot more of it. But again, we got to show up, and we have to really, express the gratitude that, hey, if there's an opportunity, we're going to take it, and we're going to be thankful for it.
Yeah, people just don't realize when they see y'all pose and everything, the art and the beauty. Yeah, it's amazing. I love watching y'all.
Thank you. Thank you. It's work, but I like to tell my coach, I'm happy to do the work. Again, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. How many people can really say that, they've gotten a chance to do what they love, right? And I've been a realtor. I've been a mortgage loan originator. I didn't love it, but I did it, right? So, when you have the opportunity to be able to really give your heart to and soul to what you really enjoy and love, you shouldn't complain about it. You should just, keep a good smile. And then again, as those opportunities come, make the most of them.
Yeah. Are you sponsored now?
Oh yeah, I got quite a few sponsors.
Yeah,
quite a few.
Yeah, I knew you were. I just didn't know
that I got to look over an email.
Wow. Yeah, I imagine they're blowing you up.
Yeah.
So what's your plans? Just the Olympia, or you got something else going on?
So I'm going to do the Rising Phoenix again. That one is going to be September the 11th. And that show still holds to me. It's like our version of the Arnold. But I think it's kind of leveled up a little bit because, you get to win the car, you get to win the money. And it's definitely that. I think Wings of Strength is amazing. I mean, they made sure that they really rolled out the red carpet and said, hey, if you're a female bodybuilder, we're going to treat you like royalty. We're going to treat you good. All you got to do is just show up and be your best, do your best. And we're going to honor you with, the prestige that you should be given. So yeah, that show is going to be first. And then almost 1 month later, then we've got the big O dance. So September 11th and then October the 8th or 9th. I don't know what day we're going to go on yet, but I got the feeling it'll probably be the 8th. So that Friday again, which is really cool. I'm looking forward to, seeing how much bigger they're going to make it this year.
Yeah, because they're actually going to have the expo this year. Yeah. I already got all my tickets. So
excited.
I'm ready to go.
Awesome. Are you coming to the STAR seminar?
Yeah, I got the VIP thing, so whatever it comes, I'll be there the whole weekend. So
excellent.
Yeah, I'll see you all there. So
very cool. I'll be looking for you.
Yeah. Any last words of wisdom for the ladies, the up and coming ladies?
Leave no stone unturned. Okay. Leave no stone unturned. And think about the relationships you want. Yes, it's a competition, but think about the relationships that you can establish that will serve you long after you're done competing. I think that, the true heart of a champion is to consider that. I mean, I guess because I see there's still some who have a bit of a disconnect and they don't, and I get it. Not everybody's going to like you. That's not what we're after. It's if you have a certain, rapport with someone, or if you see that someone's making progress in an area and it interests you, have some conversation, have a dialogue about it. I mean, there are high probabilities that, if you stay in the bodybuilding community, you may be coaching athletes later on down the line. You may be attending shows later on down the line. Again, yes, it's a competition, but I would never treat any of the ladies as though, we are in a cat fight and we're getting ready to just, go to blows because, I think I'm better than her or she thinks, no. Yeah, that's not my speed. So I would say, have the mindset and the heart of a true champion and make it sport friendly so that, we set the example for, the amateurs that will one day be pros. Everybody starts somewhere, and I think that, that says a lot about welcoming them into the sport or into the pro league.
Very nice. Well, Ms. Shaw, thank you for coming on my show. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anytime.
I know you got a crazy schedule, so just to get a few minutes with you is an honor.
Yes, thank you so much. And hey, I mean, thank you for supporting female bodybuilding because we definitely need it.
Hey, I love talking to y'all. I love it.
Yeah. And if you're open for it, hey, maybe we can get you on and you can interview me and Ron together. That'd be cool.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah. We'll do
so when
that.
you come up, let's see if we can make it happen.
We'll do that. We'll train. You can probably kill me, but
Oh well. There's good news. We got plenty of healthcare professionals in the
Yeah.
gym. We
Oh,
can
there we
at
go.
least do
All
our
right.
best to resuscitate you.
Yeah. As long as you got a medic on standby, I'll come. Look there.
Absolutely.
So.
Thanks so much,
Well,
Jason.
well, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too. Stay safe.
Right,
and thank you for the blue.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Anytime. Okay. Talk to you soon.
Bye.